If I had to pick one pattern that creates and perpetuates scarcity at every level, it would be this one: hiding. See what happens when we try and hide? We create a block. Literally, nothing can get in and nothing can get out. Now, what are the ways we hide and how does it impact us when it comes to experiencing well-being and abundance in our lives? Well, one way we hide is when we don't want to look, we don't want to see, I don't want to know. Oh, that happens a lot for my clients around money, especially if they already have this idea that where they're at with their finances isn't a good place, that they should be in a different place. If they have the thought that they're whatever, when they look at their bank account, it's going to be not enough, and when they look at their credit cards, it's going to be too much. Or when they look at their income, it's going to be not enough. Now, not enough compared to what is an important question to ask, because oftentimes those perceptions we have of not enough are not accurate, but we'll never know that unless we're willing to look, right? Um, the other way we hide that creates a block is we hide what we don't want anyone else to see or know about us. We can hide by contracting and pulling away. I remember for years I did this in our old farmhouse. I have a childhood experience where I was judged by the house I lived in. And so when we first moved out to this old farmhouse with its sinking foundation and all of that sort of stuff, it triggered all of that. And for years, I just hid away at the farmhouse. I never invited people over. I did my best to not have people see it. But that hiding, that disconnecting from people and friends, that did not serve my well-being. That constant fear I had within me of, well, if people only knew, what would they think, right? We hide by pulling away, contracting, trying not to let anybody know. I don't want anybody to know I'm not making a lot of money. I don't want anybody to know that my house is a mess, that my life is a mess, that my finances are a mess. I don't want anybody to know until somehow I get it fixed. And then I can let people know. But the problem is we can't address in an empowered way those challenges if we're still trying to hide them, because all of our energy goes to hiding and avoiding and denying and ignoring or pretending. That's another way people hide. And oftentimes we use money in service of that. We want people to think we're successful. So what are the ways we use money to be successful, to look successful? We buy nice clothes, we buy nice things, we buy somebody else's lunch, we pay a lot for websites. God knows I've done that one in the past. All of these things to somehow look more or appear more than we really are. And we do that because we have this perception, again, of ourselves as not enough. And so we have to hide the truth. But again, when we're hiding the truth from ourselves or from others, we never get to discover whether or not our perception that we're not enough is inaccurate. And I can guarantee that your perception that you are not enough is 100% inaccurate. 100%. The most important action I know for people to take that can open them up to power and strength and support and ideas and creativity and resources, including money, is to come out of hiding. The other thing about hiding is when you're hiding and you don't want to know or you don't want anybody else to know, you don't know where you're at. And if you don't know where you're at, how can you figure out how to get where you want to be? Really, that would be like trying to drive someplace with directions, but you never told the computer or GPS where you were starting from. It just won't work. The most important, most empowering, most courageous, and most abundance action that all of my clients do and need to take again and again and again, and so have I, when it comes to experiencing freedom and well-being and abundance, is to come out of hiding. To see the thing you haven't wanted to see, and to learn how to see it accurately, without judgment, without it somehow measuring you, just to see it, and or to not be afraid to tell the truth. You know what? I don't have the money to do that. Or I'm not going to pick up your lunch. I'm just going to pay for mine. Or you know what? I'm not going to buy something at my friend's, house party just because I want her to think that I'm not cheap or, whatever. If you don't have it, if you really don't have it, or you really don't want it, then it's important to tell the truth. You see, the one final thing about hiding that makes it such a damaging pattern, and it's why I say it's the most important action to take when it comes to accessing the abundance that is available to us in all of its forms, is when we're hiding. Either we're hiding things from ourselves, don't want to see, don't want to know, or we're hiding from others. This actually reinforces the inaccurate belief that we have, that you might have, even if you don't like to admit it, even if you don't want anybody to know it, or even if it's subconscious, that somehow you're not enough, that your finances somehow is a measure of you, that your ability to buy lunch or buy this or do that is a measure of you. Your ability to have nice, fancy clothes and designer labels somehow is a measure of you and your worth, your value. It's not. That inaccurate perception of yourself as not enough that then gets projected outward, and as you measure yourself by externals like the house you live in, that's the scarcity pattern that most of all needs to be released and healed. And one of the most powerful ways to do it, also scary and courageous, is to recognize the ways and the places you're hiding. You're creating a block where nothing new can get in and nothing old can get out. You're not open when you're hiding. It's the most important action you can take. Now, you don't want to take this action with just anybody. You need to have a safe space to do this. And more than anything, my clients through the years have said again and again and again, that's what I do for them. I create the safe space for them to come out of hiding, and in so doing, access the resources they need, take the actions they need to take so they can more fully be who they were created to be and experience more joy and peace of mind and ease and freedom and well-being in abundance. So, my friend, if this is the action that's between you and the abundance you long for, if you're recognizing you've been hiding in some way and you are willing to be supported, to come out of hiding, even in the smallest of ways, I offer myself to you. 2 ways you can access that safe space and support to come out of hiding in ways that support and empower and free you. 1, we do it throughout my Foundation for Abundance program. So check out the link below. Check out when the next session is. I invite you to join that. That is a really powerful program. And so much of it supports you to do exactly this, to open up so you can release what doesn't support you and you can receive what does support you. Or if even that, because it's a group and other people, feels like a little too scary, then schedule a free discovery session with me. We're just going to get to connect. I'm going to support your story. It's going to give you a way. In fact, even the action of scheduling a discovery call, in some ways, will be coming out of hiding. And I guarantee what you will discover on that call will support you even more. The link for that is below as well. Like I said, my friend, if I had to pick one practice that all people need to do, especially those that I work with, so they can experience the abundance that they're meant to experience, they can access the resources, support, money, inspiration, you name it, that they need to fully be who they were created to be, it's this. Come out of hiding. Open yourself.